Hey, hey, hey. Let me test this out. Good evening. Good evening. Let me see if I'm live on the book. Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, look like I am live on the book. So how is everyone doing this evening? Listen, as you come in, go ahead and say, hey, girl, hey. Let me know that you're in the room, that you're on with me. And also, as you come in, if you don't mind, please share the video. I'm going to go ahead and share it out now to my business page. And my business is Triple M Money Management Matters. And what I do, I am a financial professional and a licensed agent here in the state of Georgia. And I help women and a few good men make more money, save more money, and in particular, protect that money. Because I show women how to make sure that their household, that their children, that their spouses, that their mother, that their father, that their sister, that their brother is all sufficiently covered in a life insurance policy. Because it is so important nowadays to make sure that we have something set aside for our loved ones just in case, unfortunately, something happens to us and we pass away unexpectedly, right? So it's always good to prepare for the future, to save money for unexpected circumstances, and definitely have a life insurance policy in place so that you have sufficient resources and funds to replace, the income that may have or that may be lost, if your loved one do pass away. So this month is the month of April, April 2nd. Happy April 2nd. Happy Saturday. I hope and pray that you had a wonderful day today, that you all had good weather wherever you are. I know here in Georgia we had some fabulous spring like weather today. So it was so good. And I got out a little bit and did ran some errands and kind of just enjoyed the weather. So hopefully you was able to do so as well. So for the month of April, it is Financial Literacy Awareness Month. So I decided, since it is Financial Literacy Month, that I would dedicate this month and do a hey Kiana, thank you for jumping on, girlfriend. So this month is Financial Literacy Awareness Month, and I wanted to do a 30 days of financial literacy. I'm gonna go Facebook Live every single day and give you a little bit of information about finances, how to manage your money better, how to have financial freedom, how to make sure you're saving enough money for the future, how to make sure that you do have sufficient life insurance in place. I mean, and a whole lot of other things that I'm going to just be sharing with you. Now, if you all have followed me for any period of time, you know that every time I do these challenges, I always like to bring my studies and my principles from the Bible. So this one is no different because just to let you know, I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in God and the Holy Spirit. Okay, all three as one. So we're going to use the Bible for our studies this month. And just like before, I'm going to use the Bible app. Hey, Nicole. Hey, girl. Hey, checking in from the YouTube. Thank you so much for checking in, Nicole. And listen, if you all have not started following me over on the YouTube channel, honey, why not? Go on over to YouTube and hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell over at Money Management Matters. I got it scrolling across the screen. Like me over there so you can catch me on YouTube anytime that Facebook is not available or whatever the case may be. I will always still be broadcasting on that side of town as well. So listen, for the month of April, we are going to be using my Bible app. my handy dandy. Hey, girl, happy April, everyone. Nicole is saying over here in the chat. I'm going to use the Bible app. Y'all know I tell y'all I have it right here on my phone, so I always carry my Bible. I need some encouragement or some inspiration or some money motivation, which I do that every Monday night around the same time. I give you all some money motivation. I always go to my Bible app. So in the app, there are devotionals. So for this financial literacy awareness month, I'm going to be using the Bible plan called Financial Fitness. If you all would like to read along with me, I welcome you to do so. We can read it together. So it's called Financial Fitness. You can look it up in the Bible app under the plans. And this is a 21-day devotional by reading. So we'll do this for 21 days, and then the rest of the month we'll come up with some more information to do. So I'm on day 2. So I did day 1 yesterday. So if you missed that, definitely go back and hit that replay, and then hit me with the hashtag replay. Let me know you came through. And that goes for this video and any other videos that you catch of mine. Please hit that hashtag replay so I can know you came through. So on day 2, financial fitness of this devotional is talking about you're only the manager of your money. Okay. And that falls right along with my business. My business is Money Management Matters. We have to manage our money in a way that it is pleasing to God. Okay. Because I talk about this all the time. If you are a believer in God and Jesus Christ, then you know that everything you have, every penny you have, every dime you have, every nickel you have, every money that you have coming into you that you are blessed with is a blessing, a gift from God. So really, all our money belongs to God, and as we are here on earth, we are managers of that money. We are stewards of that money. So we have to learn to be better managers of our money. So we're going to be looking at Matthew 25:14-15. So Jesus says in this verse, once there was a man who was about to go on a trip, and he put them in charge of his property. Okay, each one according to his ability. So each servant, he gave some of his property or some of his resources, some of his money to each servant. To each one he gave according to his ability. To one he gave the 5,000 coins is what this is. To another he gave 2,000 coins, and to another he gave 1, and then he left for his trip. So in those days there weren't any banks. So when the rich man left for his long trip, he entrusted his property to his servants. When he returned, he asked for an account from his servants. He wanted to know what they had did with the money, right? So this is called stewardship. I just said that. When someone gives you something, when God blesses you with your finances, when God blesses you with your paycheck every single week or every 2 weeks or every month or however often you get paid, God is entrusting you with that money, with that resource. And that entrustment, that management of the resources is called stewardship. So the first law of financial freedom is the law of possession. And that means everything that you have belongs to God. You only possessing it for just a little bit of time. Okay. And if we are not managing our money well, if we are not being good stewards of our money, then that's when we are in financial disarray. We're in a stressful situation. We're living paycheck to paycheck. We don't have enough money to pay our bills. We're worried about money, and we're worried about our finances. We've gotten into, too much credit card debt, or we've bought a house or a car that is way too much than we can afford. And then we're living above our means. So when we're doing that, we're not being good stewards of God's money. Okay. Sometimes God will give us just the right amount that He wants us to have to see how we're going to do with that amount. I talked about this last night. God wants to reward us. He wants to give us more. He wants us to live in abundance. He wants us to have wealth and riches. But if you're in a situation where you don't see more blessings coming in, you don't see more money coming in, well, it could be because you're not being good stewards of what He has given you already. Okay. So that's when we have to start thinking, well, I got to start doing better with my money. I got to start budgeting my money. I got to start having a plan. I got to start making goals. I got to start figuring out how I'm going to get rid of some of this debt so that you can be a better steward of what God has given you. Okay. So we are called to be stewards of our time. So this is not just money. We got to be good stewards of our time. We got to be good stewards of our health, our relationships, other opportunities that God gives us. Everything you have to be steward or a good manager of. So just say, for instance, you are very good at managing your health. You get up and you go walking, you go running, you eat well, you eat things that's right for you. You have a very healthy body. God says our bodies are our temple, so we do all that. But then when you look at your finances, and your finances are array, okay, you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're in a whole bunch of debt, it's just not right. Then you're not being a good steward of your finances, just like you would be a good steward of your health. So it goes across everything in your life. Okay. So but you may say, wait a minute, I worked for my money. Yep. I remember that as a young child growing up in my household. My parents would always say, oh, I worked hard for my money. I earned it. Okay. I'm going to go get me a brand new outfit every single payday. I'm going to go out to eat every single payday. I'm just going to buy what I want, whether I can afford it or not, because I work hard for my money. So I've heard that. And now you want to tell me that it isn't. No, it's yours. But God has given it to you. You have to look at it as it is God, and God has given it to you to manage. Okay. So where do you think you get your body to work for the money? It all comes from God. Where do you think you get your mindset, your good mind? It all comes from God. What do you think you get the energy? God wakes us up every single morning so that we can go to work and make money. That comes from God. Where do you think you get the intelligence to work for it? Your intelligence, your brain, your knowing, your common sense, your book sense, everything. It comes from God. Everything you have is a gift from God. And when we start remembering that, when we start remembering to put God first and think about what God wants us to do with our money, we will see that change in our finances. You don't really own anything in life. It's all on a loan. God has lent it to us. God has given us all these things. So you only get to use God's money while you're here on earth, okay? He's loaned it to you for the 80 or so years that you're here. He loaned it to somebody before you, and he's going to loan it to somebody after you die. So you don't own it. You don't own it. So that's another thing I want to say too, to this point, is we don't own the money we have. All our possessions that we do have on here on earth, it's not going to be going with us. It's not going to be going with us. So you have to look at money as fluid. Okay. Don't hoard your money. You need to make your money work for you. Just like with the men. And when you read the story, you find out that when the rich man came back and asked his servants, what did you do with the money? Well, two of the servants went out and they doubled the money. They put their money to work. Okay. They put their money into investments. They put their money maybe into some land, into some real estate, into some stocks, or into what I do, life insurance policy. They put the money to work for, so that when the rich man came back, he had double. He had more than what he left with. Now, the one servant who was probably very lazy, they say he was lazy in the word. They say he was lazy. He didn't want to He didn't want to go work. He didn't want to take the money and double it. He didn't want to try to figure ways that he could get into real estate or get into the stock market or get into some bonds and mutual funds and those things that we can make money for ourselves, those things that we can save more money and leave a legacy for our family. So I was going to say, once you do all that, once you're good stewards of your money, once you are doubling your money or you're investing your money and getting more money from it, that's money that you're going to leave for your family, for your legacy, for your children, for your grandchildren, for your children's children. It's another Bible verse in the Bible that says a good man, a good steward leaves a legacy, leaves money, leaves things after he gone for his children's children. Okay, so we don't want to be hoarding money. We don't want to be selling money, but we do want to be good stewards and take care of what God has given us and take care of our families that God has given us, right? Okay, so let's go into the Bible verse right quick. Oh, and then this is one more thing it said that really touched me. And I had never really looked at money management like this. You know, money management, that's my business. It says money management is a spiritual discipline. I have talked a lot about being disciplined with your money. Sometimes you have to sacrifice some things to get back on the right financial track and be disciplined. But if you think of it as a spiritual discipline, God is actually watching. Hold on one second. I got some stuff popping up on my. Okay. God is actually watching how we are handling his money to see what spiritual riches he can trust us with in heaven. So think about that. Think about afterlife, after we leave this earth and we're living in heaven with God. What is waiting on us there? I know we talk about the pearly gates and the streets that's paved with gold and the mansions and all that. You know, all I know is when I get to heaven, I want to be a part of all of that. I want to live in riches and wealth here on earth, and I also want to live in riches spiritually in heaven. So when you think about money management being a spiritual discipline, think about I got to be disciplined with my money here on earth. So when I get to heaven, God will be pleased and he will entrust me with even more riches in heaven, right? So this might make you feel pressure. So don't make it be a pressure thing, because God don't want us to worry. Like he says also in the Bible, do not worry about tomorrow, about what you're going to eat or what you're going to wear, because he's going to always take care of that. But there is actual freedom in the law of possession. So you just want to feel free. You want to feel stress free. Long as you're praying about your money issues, you're praying about your money problems, you're praying and asking God what it is that he wants you to do, he'll tell you, he'll show you, guide you, and then you will live that freedom, that financial freedom that we all want. So when you remember that God is the owner and you are the manager, you'll worry a whole lot less worry, and you'll focus more on managing God's money well. Okay. So I love this chapter. So Matthew 25:14-15 says, again, it would be like a man going on a journey. He called his servants and entrusted his wealth to them, just like God entrusts his wealth to us. Okay. To one, he gave 5 bags of gold, to another 2 bags, and to another 1 bag, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. So God is entrusting us with a lot. You know, if he only has given you 1 bag, he's only giving you 1 talent, 1 skill, then he expects you to take that 1 talent, that 1 skill, that 1 paycheck, or whatever it is you have, and multiply that thing. He expecting you to pray over it, to ask him how to handle it, and do what it is that he has asked you to do with it. Nicole said we need to ask if God will approve of our purchases. That's right, girl. That's exactly right. That's another thing I said. I had made a post earlier this week. I think it was my Tip Tuesday, about if you see something that you really want, And I understand that because I have been there. I see things that I want and I just buy it. But then I had to come to the realization that I have one thing that I started to do was I would wait patiently, wait 24 hours, and then kind of pray about it and say, God, do I really need that purchase? Or God, could I take this 20, 30, 40, $50 that I was going to spend on that purchase and put it toward my savings account? I put it toward an investment. I put it toward a life insurance policy. I put it toward a debt payment, right? So after 24 hours of thinking and praying, you'll figure out for yourself if that purchase is really a necessity, or if it's something that could wait, or something that you could sacrifice that one time. So Nicole said, be a good steward of your finances. That's correct. That's what I'm talking about, honey. We have got to be good stewards, good managers, because that's what God expects of us to do. Okay. So that is the devotional for today. Hope and pray that something I said was helpful for you. That gave you some encouragement, some motivation to take what it is, whatever it is God has given you. I mean, if you feel like He's not giving you the more that you may be praying for, then take a look at how you're handling what you got right now. We have to be grateful. That's another thing. We have to be thankful and grateful for what it is that we do have right now. We got to manage what we do have right now. And God will bless it, God will increase it. But we have to be good stewards of what we got right now. Okay. Okay. So that's all I got for tonight. So I will see or talk to you all again on tomorrow evening. So until then, you all have a blessed rest of your night. And listen, if you're catching this on the replay, go ahead and hit me with that hashtag replay, honey. Let me know you came through. And I will holler back at you in the comments. So thank you, Nicole, for hanging in there with me this evening. And you have a blessed rest of your night. You are so welcome. I appreciate you, girl. And I will talk at you all tomorrow. Good night. Have a good weekend. Thank you, girls. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.